Should remember your name.
Watch Days of Our Lives, weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet.
Ryan headquarters. Yeah, this is Mary Ryan. Oh, the interview on Saturday? Yeah, well, I prearranged that. I have already arranged that, yes. Right. Okay? All right, bye-bye.
How about some breakfast, Mary Ryan?
If you've got coffee in that bag, Finale, I take back all the mean things I've ever said about you.
Coffee? Peach, apple, and a little bit of cheese. I stopped by the hospital and your brother Pat said you'd been here for hours.
Oh, Jack, thank you.
What time you get up in the morning, anyway?
I couldn't sleep. Frank is supposed to be on a radio panel for budget cuts this weekend. So I was just going over his notes. Bob or I will have to stand in for him.
You really are keeping the campaign going, aren't you?
Of course.
I heard things were a little better yesterday. Frank was awake?
He looked at me. He knew I was there.
Good.
Bob told me that you'd come by. You didn't stop to see me.
No, I knew you were with your family. I didn't want to intrude.
Oh, you wouldn't have. You don't. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
What's wrong?
I need a knife.
I have one. I never go anywhere without it. When I was in 5th grade, Frank won a safety essay contest, and he gave it to me for Christmas.
This isn't a knife. It's a toolkit. Half of each?
Terrific. I can never make up my mind.
I have always found that a variety of experience is the most rewarding.
I'll bet you have.
Listen, I've been asking around about Frank, what he might have been up to over at the hospital, particularly the missing $6,500. None of it makes much sense.
I know that.
There's a routine police investigation going on, right?
Yes.
They come up with anything?
Not that I know of.
Bob Reed have any ideas?
What are you getting at?
Only that the more I think about it, the less likely it seems to have been an accident.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't.
Why, you sure?
What do you care?
Because you care? Because the more I learn about Frank Ryan, the more interested in all this I am?
Oh, Finale, I like you so much. The question is, can I trust you?
It's the week you've been waiting for.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
Find out who killed David. One victim, so many suspects.
How do you know there isn't more to the story?
It's the twist you just can't miss. Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
I could never imagine living without you.
A couple's reunion is threatened by a woman hell-bent on revenge.
You need to be real careful. She's going to take me and Dante down.
And she's ready to expose everything.
He's gonna know all of it.
Dante and Brenda, we're sleeping together.
Watch General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
You know how it is. You look in the mirror one day and you go, how am I going to lose this weight? eDiet's meal delivery from eDiets.com. It's the easiest, smartest, most delicious way to eat great and finally lose the weight. I know you're thinking, eat great and lose weight? Really? Really.
You'll love the food. There's no MSG, no fake sugars.
The food tastes fantastic. It's awesome. Very delicious.
It tastes wonderful.
Call now or go to eDiets.com. Choose from over 100 fresh prepared meals, not dehydrated diet food, but really delicious food. eDiets will deliver your favorite meals and snacks in a chill fresh container.
All you have to do is relax, enjoy, and eat great. All the way to slim.
I lost 115 pounds.
65 pounds.
25 pounds. 94 pounds.
Along the way, eDiets.com gives you real support.
Terrific online tools, access to registered dietitians and trainers, and friends who care about your success.
They're there with you to hold your hand, and they really care. Truthfully, I like everything about eDiets.
I've lost 30 pounds. All of a sudden, I find myself a changed person.
Hey, I made it to 50 pounds, and look at me now, I'm 60 pounds.
Millions of people have turned eDiets.com to lose the weight. Now it's your turn.
Call or go to eDiets.com and sign up for 7 full days of meals, 3 meals per day, fresh prepared just for you, plus snacks. So don't wait. Join eDiets. Eat great food and lose weight fast.
I believe that eDiets can change people's lives.
My husband will often say, "You're the hot wife." That's just boosted my confidence a lot.
eDiets has changed my life forever.
Call to find out how you can get 1 week of meals absolutely free. That's right. 1 week of fresh prepared food, 1 week of weight loss, 1 week of success, free.
Free? What are you waiting for? Call or go online to get started now.
Call 1-800-279-1604 or visit eDiets.com now.
Usted ha sido muy buena conmigo, Miss González. Este es un buen hospital.
Oh, I'm glad we were able to help.
I will miss you.
I'll miss you too, Mrs. Santos. Let's wait here until your son comes up from the pharmacy, okay?
Sí. Este bracelete, ¿me lo puedo cortar ahora?
Oh, of course you can.
Qué tijeras tan raras.
They're designed to cut bandages and not to cut you.
Excuse me, Miss Gonzalez.
Just a moment, Doctor. There you are.
I will keep it as a souvenir.
Has there been a call for me from the lab?
Not that I'm aware of. Let me check. You have Porter's x-rays?
Yes, I do.
Nothing since then. Mrs. Santos, here's your prescription for pain. And I have 6 tablets left.
Sí.
And Dr. Moultrie has ordered you another 12 to take home. Tome, aquí tiene sus 6, okay?
Gracias.
Excuse me, Miss Gonzalez. I'm expecting a new series of x-rays on Frank Ryan within the next few minutes. If the lab should call, I'll be back in my office.
Yes, Doctor.
A usted ella no le cae muy bien, ¿eh?
She's new here.
Oh.
Is the orderly who helped me the other day on duty?
Carlos Rivas? Yes, I believe he is.
Well, I'll need him in my office for a half hour or so, if it's all right with Dr. Moultrie, of course. Also, Miss Gonzalez, I would be grateful if my departmental mail were taken directly to my office and not put in the box in the staff lounge. Would you take care of that for me, please?
Que mucho manda ella, huh?
I'm not in charge of departmental mail service, Doctor. My responsibility on this floor is patient care.
So is mine, Miss Gonzalez. So I spend my time in my office and not in the lounge. And I think it appropriate that my mail and information about patients be sent to me directly in my office.
I suggest you speak to Miss Pelota. She's Dr. Coleridge's secretary.
Miss Pelota was not at her desk. And since this is the first mail stop on this floor, I'd like you to give instructions to the orderly this morning. Oh, one final point.
Yes, Doctor.
I'm in the process of looking for a new apartment. Now, I've given my office number as well as the station extension to 2 real estate agents. If either one of them should phone, would you take a message and page me right away?
Is there anything else, Doctor?
Ella se cree que esto es un hotel.
Estoy de acuerdo con usted.
No, senora. I have a job to do, and I expect help in doing it. You should understand, Miss Gonzalez, that I do understand some Spanish. I don't know where you trained, but in my medical tradition, nurses do not criticize physicians to their patients.
Dr. Bolak, that wasn't criticism. It was a statement of fact. Since you've joined us, you've expected a great deal from us all. And you haven't asked, you've demanded.
As I pointed out to Mrs. Santos, I have a job to do here, and I expect cooperation from the staff. I also expect an apology from you.
I do not apologize for my opinions, Doctor, on my floor.
Well, then I shall have to report you to the board for insubordination.
Dr. Bullock, may I see you in my office immediately?
Well, that depends on what you're trusting me about. In general, you can trust me to finish what I begin, and you can trust me to tell the truth. And if you know something that makes you think Frank wasn't hurt accidentally, you can trust me to help you find out what happened.
When Frank first woke up yesterday morning, Jill was with him. She heard him quite clearly ask for Delia.
Yeah.
When I got there, he'd slipped back under again. I sat and I talked to him for a while, and he began to come around. He was trying to say something, but I couldn't understand. And then just for a second, it all came clear. He looked at me, and I knew he was trying. I knew he was trying to make me understand. And then he said one word. Pushed.
Are you sure?
I couldn't believe I heard it myself. So I leaned in closer, and he said it again. I was not mistaken.
Who else heard him?
No one. Jill had gone out to get her father. The nurse was out of the room.
So who else knows about it?
Well, I told Bob right away. He went directly to the captain in charge of the investigation.
What'd he say?
That they were doing everything they could already.
Yeah, that figures.
Oh, Jack, they are. I believe that.
You have more confidence in the cops than I do.
Listen, Frank is running for city councilman. He's an ex-cop. He's Captain Rubin's friend. They're concerned about what happens to him.
Okay. So who else knows what Frank said?
No one. Not even the family. Bob doesn't want it discussed. And that is why I'm trusting you to keep quiet about it.
Relax, will you? I'm not going to say anything. Let whoever did it think they got away with it.
Exactly.
Mary.
Yeah?
I hesitate to bring this up because I know what your reaction's going to be, but you have to consider it.
What?
Some kind of connection between Frank and Nick Zappo.
I don't have to consider it because it's impossible.
How do you know?
Because I
know... You know Frank. Yeah. But think about it. Where did Frank Ryan get $6,500 in cash? And why was he carrying it around with him?
I don't know.
The last person he saw in the hospital, that we know of anyway, was Nick Zappo. Nick happens to be one of the few people in Riverside with that kind of money.
And he's also one of the few people in Riverside who would like to own a city councilman. Is that what you were going to say next?
Yeah.
Well, forget it.
Give me a reason.
The best reason of all. Frank doesn't need Nick Zappo.
Everybody needs money.
We have more than enough to see us through Labor Day. Check for yourself. Listen, Frank doesn't need money. He never has, and he doesn't care about it. Now, if Nick Zappo wanted to send 20 or 30 of his numbers runners up here to stuff envelopes, maybe we'd do a little business. But beyond that, I can't see what he could possibly offer Frank Ryan.
That's an interesting idea.
What is?
Not money. Bodies. People who can make things happen.
Now, I don't like the sound of that.
Nick has a lot of contacts, Mary. Not just envelope stuffers, but the kind of guys who can drop a word here or a word there to make things smoother for Frank, or more complicated for the opposition.
Finelli, you stop that right now or else get out of here.
Look, Mary...
I mean it. Not another word. Frank made the primary without any help except from his family and his friends, and he's going to win the election the same way. Now, he doesn't need Nick Sabo or his influence or his money. And if he did, he'd die before he'd accept that kind of help.
Okay. Okay. Sit down. Cool off. You know, sometimes I think you gotta be Italian. Hey. You like baseball?
I love baseball. I saw my first game was when I was in kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah. Doc took the whole family to give an official farewell to the Polo Grounds because that stadium had been such an important part of his life. He wanted the whole family, even Kathleen, to be able to say they'd been there. Oh, and I loved it. I loved singing the Star-Spangled Banner with 40,000 grown-ups. I loved the mustard on the hot dogs. But most of all, I loved the team. I developed an instant crush on all 9 of them. But I was very sad.
Why?
Because for the first time in my life, I realized there was something I couldn't do because I was a girl.
Seriously?
Oh, listen, it took me years to get over it.
Well, look, we can take in a ball game this afternoon if you'd like to sit in the press box.
Oh, Jack, I'd love...
Only you might not feel comfortable that far away from the hospital.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Will you ask me again?
It's a standing invitation.
Good.
Mary?
Hi, Bob.
Hello, Finale. Is this business a pleasure?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see you, Detective.
I think the business is over.
Well, then I don't mind interrupting.
Two sisters, 2 DNA tests.
What if this baby turns out to be Ford's? You know how much I love Brody.
This week,
Please let this be John's baby. Don't let it be Brody's.
the wait is over.
We've got the results.
The truth is out. Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Monday on an all-new View, Beyoncé, one of the most dynamic forces in music, gives you a sneak peek of her mega production ABC special.
I'm here on the couch.
Beyoncé, close up, unfiltered, real. Monday on an all-new View on ABC.
Little Owen wanted to play, but his nose was raw and sore. And common tissue made it burn even more. New Puffs Plus lotion is more soothing than common tissue, and it delivers twice the moisturizers to your nose versus the next leading lotion tissue. And nose in need deserves Puffs Plus lotion indeed. When you prefer a lotion-free tissue, try Puffs Ultra Soft and Strong.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm your genie. You're wishing for a deliciously nutritious fiber cereal.
I am.
Well, you don't want that one. New Kellogg's Fiber Plus cereal. The delicious taste of berries, plus yogurty clusters, plus 40% of your daily fiber, plus, wait for it, antioxidants. So, 2 more wishes. Maybe later then.
New Kellogg's Fiber Plus cereal. Positively delicious. People are talking about John and Natalie on One Life to Live. Marla Hipsher Stewart posted on Facebook, I want to know who's the daddy of Natalie's baby. The wait is driving me crazy. Don Morrow says, I think John will be there for Natalie regardless of the paternity. Joanna Marino adds, I just hope he remembers how much he loves her and how many lies he has told her, so he forgives her quickly. But Chandrika Brock says, I hope John is the father. He deserves a child. People are talking about One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
And I see no reason whatsoever for not reporting it.
Only that I shall ask you not to.
May I ask why?
I've worked with Miss Gonzalez for the past 3 years. She's the best nurse that I've ever had in charge. She's outspoken, but, well, generally I find that what she says is essentially the truth.
Dr. Coleridge...
Now, I'm not condoning what she said to Mrs. Santos. I am saying, however, that I am in agreement with what I heard her say to you. What's your problem, Dr. Bolak?
My major problem, Doctor, has been to find support or cooperation from anyone in your department. With the exception of your son, who's been extremely helpful.
Well, may I suggest that the problem may be the way you've chosen to look for that support? Ramona said it rather succinctly. You haven't asked. You've demanded.
I have asked politely and been ignored. At that point, demands are justified.
They may be justified, but they're also frequently counterproductive.
Dr. Coleridge, it seems hard for you to understand that I am here to work. I have a great deal to do, and I have a very stringent schedule, which I intend to keep. If I'm going to make the kind of contribution to this department that I want to make, then I have to have a little help.
We all get impatient with procedures and with hospital red tape. And we all have to depend on help from people who are doing 40 other things as well. Now, I know that's frustrating. But we make accommodations. Why can't you?
I don't compromise, Dr. Coleridge, and I don't like to waste time.
What's your hurry?
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're pushing very hard, Doctor. You hit that front door running. Now, I can't have a feeling there must be a reason for all that urgency.
I think I explained that I have some work that's been delayed, and I'm very anxious to get back to it.
Beyond that.
Beyond that, Doctor, is none of your business.
Neurology at Riverside Hospital is very much my business. And whatever your problem is, it's affecting my service in a way that I really cannot tolerate. Now, you strong-armed your way into my department. You've wrecked my budget. You've disrupted my staff. And I can no longer accept that. Do you understand? Have I made myself clear?
I will continue to do my work at Riverside Hospital, Dr. Coleridge, and I will continue to ask for the cooperation of your staff. I will stay out of your way as much as I possibly can. And I hope that you won't give me any of your concern about my personal problems, whatever they may be.
Come in.
Excuse me. Dr. Bolak wanted to know when the lab called. The x-rays on Frank Ryan are ready.
Thank you.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Only on SoapNet.
I can find out what we did.
I mean, these secrets you're trying to keep, they're gonna take you down.
I love you.
Brenda and Dante having an affair? Sonny's great love sleeps with his long-lost son? I mean, that's just fun to say.
It can happen anywhere. That itch you can't scratch, embarrassing odor, you don't feel like yourself.
Vagisil medicated wipes relieves itch, odor, even cleanses. Fast. Be the woman you want to be 100% of the time. Vagisil.
You like to share. Now there's Three Musketeers Truffle Crisp. Whipped truffle and elegant airy crisp in real milk chocolate. Rich enough to share, but you really won't want to. Three Musketeers Truffle Crisp.
Cats like boxes. Big ones. Little ones. And ones with Fresh Step litter inside. That's because Fresh Step scoopable litter with carbon is better at eliminating odors than Arm & Hammer Super Scoop. Fresh Step. Cats know what they like.
A murder in self-defense
Oh my God, this isn't happening.
She saved my life.
reveals an unbreakable bond
You're still exactly the same. You're so calm and protective.
and triggers past memories.
You're sleeping with her, aren't you? I love you.
Right now in General Hospital.
Something's going on, and I'm gonna find out what it is.
one woman's secrets
I've made some really bad mistakes.
become this woman's obsession.
They're hiding something, and I want to know what.
And as the mystery unravels,
Evidence of Dante's lie of omission.
Brenda and Dante having an affair. Sonny's great love sleeps with his long-lost son.
4 families are torn apart.
Brenda and I got pretty close.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't want Sonny to ever find out that I was pregnant.
These secrets you're trying to keep, they're gonna take you down.
But for one couple,
I want us to raise this baby together.
the past may be just the beginning.
I don't want to talk about the baby, okay?
General Hospital, weekdays on ABC, weeknights on SoapNet.
Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has the status update on your favorite stars. On One Life to Live, 2 soap favorites are saying so long, and 2 more are saying hello.
You're right.
Terrell Tilford and Jason Tam are leaving Landview,
Take care of yourself.
while Dan Gauthier is returning as Kevin Buchanan.
What a surprise.
And Melissa Fumero is back as Adriana Kramer.
I will be back before you know it.
Also, you know her as Ariana from Days of Our Lives, but now Lindsay Hartley's moving on up to Pine Valley.
Can I come in?
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet.
Sorry to interrupt. How's it going?
Well, I think I've made some sense out of his notes.
Is it all right if we went over that stuff now? I've got to be down at headquarters, and I don't want to be late.
Oh, sure.
Okay, Ryan, you got a rain check on the ball game.
Good. Thanks for breakfast.
See you tomorrow, huh?
I hope so.
So long, detective.
Mary, I don't want to go over that stuff right now. I just don't want him hanging around.
Bob.
Mary, he is no friend of Frank's.
Well, he's a friend of mine. And when Frank's well again, they'll have more of a chance to understand one
Yeah, well,
another.
I don't trust him. He's a newspaper man. I don't think you should trust him either.
Well, I do trust him, Bob. I like him. He's concerned about Frank, and he's done everything he can to help. By making things nicer for me and by trying to find out what happened.
The only thing he's trying to find out is how to make a story out of what happened.
I don't think so.
Well, you'll see.
The only thing he's done is to ask what I think is a reasonable question to someone who doesn't know Frank. Whether there's any connection between Zabo and Frank. Listen, I know it makes me mad, too. But I can understand why it would cross his mind. But I think I got things settled today.
Yeah?
I told him what Frank said.
Mary!
He's not going to tell anybody. Besides, it isn't as if we haven't discussed the possibility of Frank's having been pushed. Listen, I thought if he knew, it would keep him thinking. He's smart. He's an investigative reporter. Maybe he'll come up with something.
Kid, you don't do dumb things. But that was dumb.
I'm sorry, but I don't see what difference it makes. He didn't push Frank, and he'll keep quiet about it. Actually, I think it's very strange that we haven't told Da or Pat or Mother.
The fewer people that know, the less chance that whoever did it will find out that we know Mary. Do you understand that now?
Yes, but it feels like lying.
Well, don't lie, but don't volunteer information, please.
Okay. Don't worry about Finelli. It'll be all right.
I hate getting mad at you.
I don't like it either.
What ball game?
Oh, for heaven's sake! He just asked me if I wanted to go to the game this afternoon. I didn't. Listen, all I want is for Frank to get well and try to help us find out who pushed him down the stairs.
Dr. Coleridge, I have Frank Ryan's x-rays. I think you should look at them.
Yes. I was afraid of that.
In
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.